nchen e wo fie mu kas mu ene baby amote enka bia e yo memu nsem a ne bre asoni amano ne de ene aboabo no se kase bo a ye de emamo this way chocolate drink ekwa emu dia na de ohia e enso hye have special ice ensuo ni ni e de eno na abrempon enom your special drinks e wo dwa so yam emma no enya bi na omfa nko school na e de papa e bo nso e da form yenhwe ensema wo ba betin de edi akotene e wo ebi
onimanyamfo kenofori ata ene na okokopie mu a wone empanifo edi komo ewo ne soafo adwuma yeyi no na no eno akasa ede afa japa dealer Ram Martin Amidu eyemu hwehwemu no
yedasoa ewo panyin foriata ne vetin ho sensem no emo no wose ememma ne memma wo mo beda ene mma ne manso mo be ware sa LGBTQ no enya de a ye begia tun se oman
asofo a wono na hwa akwan ne akwantempon so ene contractor for ewo akwan ho sensem no na waka chom se mampanyi ahye se no wo mo nto mo bo ase ansakopem se project awodo nyina no obetimi aye awie
Nana Santehine edi afutuo atudwa se galam sensensem no empanyimfo mpe akonua se nyina so na wonfa ensia no
afibia nsio to a nsio yiri eyiri nkran esa yiri kumase ene me ahodo na no na empanyimfo edi project bi aba wo chese no beboa ama nsu yire no eto atimi atwa
yekopiem wo emfimfim mantem adwendamba basic school wo chema omuhia emwa papa a wo hwekwan se empanyimfo ebebem
ensempi kan woni ede brem wo kasebo emimidin ede Akosua Sarpong mene
obahima Afia Asiedu
Afia kasebo no emu ensem enie osofo a wono enehwe sikasem so eye ononyafo kenoforiata yenim se emfie nan ye atwam no wono ena na oye osofo na ni nyina ene se ne hododo no kakra enti ebeka se wono ne vetin se emrahye bedwafo ebehia no no matoto na no ahwe se adwuma no betimi ato aso aye no ade ana oyare na ne hododo no enu nti okọ ayarehwe ene de nyame adom ne ho ato no a waba mampanifo ene no asi nkonwa ne no ena wo mo ekofa ajapadi ho asem ebaaye ena o kire ni nyina no Ram Martin Amidu abra wono ye ni hwehwemu ede ne report beto abontim omanfo hu no o kire se report no wono na ye osoafo hwesikasem so a esese nka ne nsaka na wotumi kirechiremu ebia na baabi wo hɔ a entiase anya adwuma eno Ram Martin Amidu anye ne sa ne kɔbasa na ama na adwuma ye no ensi so
I think with regards to Ejapa, there are a few things that we need to assure ourselves of. I think first and foremost, the President has said that we resubmitted to Parliament, and so that shall be done, which then opens up all of the issues that have been brought to bear. I think one thing I need to note is that truly, that the basis of that transaction was an act that was passed, which was thoroughly debated, and we did not really move away from any edicts of that act. I think really there's quite a bit of cynicism of that transaction, and for me, for the House, for such a report to be put out to the public without us or myself as Minister of Finance having a chance to discuss it, I think is a disservice to our democracy. And that is such a fundamental right that I think we all as a people should be careful about such things. And so the speculative issues and the risk associated with most transactions, discussions by resubmitting to Parliament would enable us to work those things out.
Ora kenoforiata kasa no woche se Ghana se oman yenye krado si ye beji sika anase emwa bi afi wiase aman bia enchen na sa oman ne the pressure ha beto yen so se yanyintum ema ne ma enware na emema ne mema so nware sa LGBTQ nsensem no o se oman yen so so kra.
Let me start with a very important issue that is agitating the minds of many Ghanaians and other West African states. The U.S. and other Western nations have made recognition of LGBTQI rights as some of the conditions under which support will be granted to such nations. As the man who follows up on every negotiation the President makes on issues of our support, what is your take on this conditionality by the Western nations in order to advance support and aid to a country like Ghana?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'm not clear that it's been established as a conditionality. But truly, I mean, for example, if you look at the decision the President took with regards to termination of PDS, in which $190 million therefore had to be left on the table, I think our sociology and our traditions are the most important enduring legacy that we have. And so we'll make decisions that suit our Ghanaian purpose so that we can develop in the way we want to develop.
Yet also Ediana Osofo a onehwe akwan ne akwantempon so de ato edwase mampanyi ahye de ato sesesei wo mumma contract bio e wo akwan so esanse bebre wo ho a omguso omo ye nyame adom na so omutimi ye ni nyina awie afei ne ye de foforo agum esanse se emo a ekọ adidie so omma ya yensa nka bi ngum
afi no eba awie ya sha fofofo ase no na se me ni me contractor fo hia na me ma won afinsiapa na me gina president anemu na me da won ase adwuma kese a won ayama Ghana wo akwan ye hu. So during the period contractor for aketua abantua over 10 billion, but na e kanu su bi da so wo ho e say o hwe akwan a yayi ni adwuma a won ye of course any or other foreign contractors, any Sano Hydro for any idea World Bank funded projects. Nina Ekahu, Nidikan President declare 2021 as another year of rose because of the success story of 2020 as the year of rose. No, now President so as I say, Juma Yefra na Banfia Siena. Edru ni oboni be friend various stages of completion. President say ni ade en sakani na yenwie ni na ya to aso. And president so asa hye say obe make sure say ni ekoso ni ade en sakani na ye betuetua ka na contractor for ho atọ enye road sector nko those in construction
every 3 months bia obehia yen ade a ebeboa because osha the construction sector with regards to the road sector one of the biggest agencies and I say organizations can say wokrum ha and so na nneoma na ekoso no edoso but say yenheda enmiti ni ho abobo enhwe se de nneoma ebeto a na obehwe na we say we yetimi we akame sometimes delay payment and no titru say almost na dwene mu a ke beboa say say emergency project or mumma new project bi abiom agise bi a insu ato na insu yiri aba na obi kwan enso ne de ko eno na bi a ombe kase bi a we re-award it or ask for it to be done but anya sade a ombe hwe na payment na delay no ombe twa osan boss so say this budget your booking kind budget no has been approved and this sector the roads and highways 2.2 billion over 2.2 billion at the road sector sika kitu bi contractors be miense bi pe beje se ska nyina enso enti de etia ne se ye behwe na sika ne bi aba beka ho na etumi atwa obi aka so I'm say these are the takeaways I made to me aka.
Asante hini otumfo se tutu otosumienu ene odi afutuo ekwa ma osofo hwe ensase ene oboade ni petwe ho hya ho nsem eso onnobo abugina posa nadaruma onfa ne nan ensi form na wonhwe se galamse nsensem no obetumi aso anokra
Asante ni otumfo se tutu otosumienu ewo menhia Kumase ahye Minister for Lands and Natural Resources onimonyamfo lawyer Samuel Abu Jinapose enimanimu ya wone na so ye wonhwe se eniema ekoso efa kwan a ye fa so tu agudie mekire mining ewo omamu a sesi akwakoye oyonne ankasa ade amagana man nyina amanfo ka ho nsem yensuo esei obo ade abobre nyina ese no omonhwe na omunsi anokwan Asante ni otumfo se tutu autosumiero de nsem wetudwa emra onmunyamfo Samuel Abu Jinapos wone na so ye wo nyina ebepie mu honom a se omo ba be kire otumfo na afi omo aka enwuma a esi wo mani so se womo
dia chance Ghana ma be koso en yesi efra broche ye nkrofo fesika ba ye den ya asase ne agudie ya na ebetumi ama Ghana ma yakoso yi ahodo pie nnua forestry for nnua ye betwa osi bedua se bre profokasa be climate change nyina ni nyina so mo ho anawo nti na na ewo so hunu se ye dia hye nensa no eye adwuma kase ebetumi so ye de ye be ma Ghana akoso na so betumi mo na osemoye Executive Secretary we Minerals Commission then nhihye be na wo ho chess will be cast for disike ba be ye adwuma nhihye pa be na wo ho e betumi aye wo de be 2 minister for forestry then nhihye pa na de be 2 minister for say galamse nsem ya ye nwunren e betumi aba se bi wo ho so agency mu ni nyina so ye wo director of mines wo de be na e betumi aye ama ni nyina aye me kan we nyina sanse ye nyina ye nimsem se nsase sem hu nsem basa na wo Ghana ma se na ni nyina so mpanyimfo akrachifo na modano minister wa be afi no abo eso wa be galamse wo hodada ye nyinara ye nim akrachifo ne public servants ne ade politicians na da bi edi atem na public servants for so mo ka ho de prepare no esanse ye mu ye din bi na so mu am office so krofo bi so hye won so ye di bonesrem politician for no ti ye de a ye Ghana man asem ne ye ka kwan ye be fa so ansase sem be hye galamse no be ko small scale mining no ayese mo yesi ombetimi aye ensuo no nsai ti kwan ben ye befa so afedi betimi ne na di no kure ne ya ma ya kire ma bibia atoto no kwan so ama Ghana ma yatumpo
eno echi ena Minister for Lands and Natural Resources onimonyamfo lawyer Samuel Abu Jinapo eso echire mu sei
omampanyi edi adwuma kese sonko ahyemensa na abani sei na ese me ba ahemfie ha na me hyeda be di ni nhira na mebeji akwankyere papa na mefanye adwuma no ye tosumienu omampanyi ahye me se me nante Ghana afa na babia ono mu office ho on time tena ho ono so de bi se adwuma na ode ahye me nsa na ese me amekọ Ghana afa na babia akọhwe senior adwuma ne tie me amefo mani nkohu na me bise mu na be mu nyina nsase ene ade anyankopon ede ache Ghana man Seven predators, we are Santiman Freeman, and ye, and there's a medican. Now, many impanyfo, your bar Santimamuha, near Bessia, near Begia Futu, Quine Befaswa, and the Bebo, a Jumano Hobine. Na aye yamaye
ne krakra na ansana ko piemo menhia himfie no no mo Asante Mantama ban bokuo kase mecha regional security council na ahia ama Asante Mantama so afọ onimonyamfo Simon Osemensa akire mu se
ensem e da yakoma so ene ye ensem a ache na de ode senyame ya dom ye nyina boa no na ye nyina e de ye adwuma e how bibribe da ye so e wo de region mu no ebse na ya ka kire ne se ya hoodin bia ya dwuni bia de bia be na aya adwuma no ye beye
na wo aprobo nim to edwase wo mo ehwe pomasibre e de afa small scale mining there wo mo nam kwan papa so na wo mo tu fom agudie no ni nyina no wo se wo mo ye nhyehyeye a ebetimi abo ho ban na abo ho brase de be ya wo mo ebefa kwan papa so etu fom agudie
Enfie kakra ni ade baako a ha adwene de fa obo ade ebobre ho mekira ye environment ye kwan a ye fa so etu sika kokko a enfa emra kwan so do semui aban a akọ ene aban a abasesi ano obia ehwe se kwan papa ben so ene ebetimi atu agudi a yensei obo ade ebobre sire be ya yensuo ene enema bi a ese efata de ma adasa no ye benya enso nya ade a yetimi enya ano edru enam so ama Minister for Lands and Natural Resources onumunyamfo for lawyer Samuel Abu Jinapo ekwa aprobo on Minerals Commission ama obe PMO ewa santemantema wako PMO Anglo Gold Ashanti eno ena wode to just say omo ye nhyehyeye small scale mining na omo ye no ensakraye ewo se eba side be ya ye benya kwan papa so etimetu sikakoko.
There is a big impact on large-scale mining vis-a-vis illegal small-scale mining in our country. And therefore, how we regulate small-scale mining in the country has a direct impact on large-scale mining, to have an impact on Ashanti, Anglo Gold Ashanti. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to visit some community-based mining schemes. And the whole idea is that now we have a new acting CEO and his instructions are very clear how they are going to put in place a strategy and measures to ensure that we regulate small-scale mining in our country and reduce the incidences of illegal small-scale mining. It's a major issue on the table. And I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion, a good tour, and also for us to work together to promote the objectives set up out by President Akosua to build in Ghana a sustainable, viable, environmentally correct mining industry here in our country.
Eno echi owura Eric Esubonten ono ena ye managing director edema Anglo Gold Ashanti ono so ekasai echre omo soso no nhyehyaya omo ye ede bua nkura hodo a etwa omo ho ahia babia omo eye omo enwuma no.
The Obuasi mine has been in operation one way or the other since 1897, but it continues to have huge potential into the future. As the mine has grown, the community around it has also grown. So it's a big community we have here in Obuasi, quite cosmopolitan. And at the moment, we have about 53 host communities, villages and small towns that we have to work with. It tells you the level of complexity that the mine operates in. We don't complain about it. It only means that we have to up our game to be able to deal with the complexities that we have.
Ne krakra won sansem YouTube nsam trefo ne owura Eric Opoku a wono ena ye otetunani edema Community Mining Association of Adanse eso etwetwe enkomo.
Nyama e koso nya association for na ubusa midisi ya ade ba kwa e bona pasen se won fa association ni agro. Mina commission Mr. Clement on fa association bibi omu ye bia na me wakra so frame say changes abenti mimra na wo say me ba me frame penifo atua be hia. Nti da minister ne penifo ase na de pese ya kan say de penifo be gina kan no. Omunye ni anso be ma ekwan bi e be ma ban no so nim nyama ban ye be boa.
Ghana ban aye krado na odin hihye mapa egu akwan so kwan a obetumi afa so na ensu a eyi bebrebe e wo enkran ne mpotamu nyina na obehwe na wosia no na ban ne se dwumadie ne bewie peye dia ene ne project a edi Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project garid no eso na wonama obetu anamo a etese Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Project near Shishaya Penifo aye aboahwa ama ensuye ano abrase ewo enkran eno enti eno soafo hwenuma ene adansie so adi animu ama meye awodua ensuo tayiri no yetu anamo se behwe ne yesi ano dwumadie no empenifo hya ase no modiba awie ya ebema gates ahodua mosisini atetim na afenso aboa ahwe ama baby a gates eni ne yetimi ayebi asuye hwe ahonidie ni suensu aso bedi animu ama dwumadie no akoso Onmanyafo Francis Asenso Boachi waswafo a wahwe enwuma ene adansie so ekasaye.
I'm very certain that the holistic approach being adopted by the project in tackling the twin challenges of flooding and solid waste management will improve sanitation and flooding situation in Accra. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all stakeholders to support the project to succeed. And there's no doubt that we have serious development challenges in the area of infrastructure to support flood risk management and solid waste. And I want to urge everybody who has a role to play his part so that we get the project going and get this completed within the time frame.
Eno achi no onmanyafo Cecilia Abnadapa oswafo hwensuensuwa ne ahonidie so ensonsmode tu dwani.
Our component in this project is the management of solid waste and to build capacity as well as sensitize people in the catchment area to make sure that we don't repeat past bad practices and mistakes. So I will also equally appeal to all stakeholders and all of us to work hard to realize the objectives of this project.
Oswafo hwe nkron kitua ni kwase mpuntwe so onimonyafo dan kwakubotwe enso kasaye.
Whatever we have to do, I've been receiving briefings for the past weeks that I've been there. Our role in striving and planning and coordinating the governance structures to make sure that all the local assemblies involved play their part to make sure that we objectives. And that we can assure you, we work diligently to make sure that.
Project coordinator Dr. Wahini Kwadwosafo Onosun Samuni.
We have understood that the engineering solutions have a limit to what they can do. You cannot have an engineering solution that solves all problems. There's been ongoing discussions. How can we stop flooding? We mitigate flooding. We don't stop flooding. We mitigate its impact. We reduce its impact. So besides the constructed channelways that we'll do, there might be some rain events that would be far beyond the capacity of the drainage channel to discharge. For the reconfiguration, for example, will reduce the amount of water that comes from the sea into, whenever there's high tide, from the sea into the channelways. As the case is, the gradient from Caprice to the sea is quite minimal. So the capacity of the channel to self-cleanse, to move the water quickly, and with it, whatever is within the basin, is limited. And so if we do this reconfiguration, notwithstanding, at least we are short of a better discharge from the channel into the sea than the current situation.
Asio densu ene mu afa weja ene ne mpotemu bepie Gan South mensini ni mu na ebia pa nkasa omanfo aye won madwen se saa asuo yi obesei no ebinum etu anwea wom sanso ena won asisi adan so ewo ho emia bi etise denchira ena afedomi abra nkroidie eno ewo Gan South assembly no womo SCC si adan wo nsuo na no a womo se nsuo no eti enam so amaga South assembly no afei ye kan EP a womo mpanimfo Water Resources Commission and afei asojafo ne aposifo agina so ama adan a womo SCC no wo nsuo ya no nyina no womo bubu no.
Gan South Mense Kropo Assembly ni mu mpanifo ne mpanifo ahodo mo Free Environmental Protection Agency and afei Water Resources Commission womo ene asrafo ne bambo adwuma yekofo ene womo akọ eye river densu no eho a ene womo sisi adan ewo ne nchen nyina no womo adwiri ne nyina ade aguo womo si ne nyina no eyade a emmoa esanse ehu kura ede ma wankasa nipa no bambo ensem wo kire se womo didi kwa sansa ase ne mu nyina womo enya ya abansa ase adenzi na woso womo eye saade no titiriu illegal developers no woso womo antwe ho afamfiri ho a emra womo de ombefa so no liban ni eye Environmental Protection Agency Acting Regional Director ewo Greater Accra wakasae
asase ededa nsuo ho ne ade na mra wo ho imra wo ho inti se wo ye bibia esese ye outside the buffer na opese ye bibia nso a to anamon ko institution na omo ye in charge of sanioma no omo nchechire wa sese ne be ya onko ye bibi na daache enkofa insunso so bi emra because we ko si wudan ewo within the buffer na se institution bi bebubu a what say we sika it's very important say mreni bia say opese we ye bibia utu anamon ko relevant institutions
na ohwe sania ye abra boyti wo Ghana oja as mo bia nko bahuna amanfo aba ho abeye ho enti ya fa ho adwin say ye beye ecotourism which will be compatible no any insuo no ho banbo no ebeko ebetumi ayeyi. And the new strategy we want to add, we are not changing the law. Yeah, per se, yes, ecotourism was an it will just word of encroachment. Amount for and to me for dying and find a full say and so here because as a Hanaya Croa who shares an assassinity no and so twa in so it is incumbent upon us say regulatory bodies, water is Lands Commission to protect what government has started.
Gan South Mense Kropo Assembly no eya aban krachepani o ho no yonu nyamfo Joseph Nyani Steven no wono so kire se aban no enhye se wode bebo eya river densu no ho ban no wo mo so bebo moden no maboa no se na be ya river densu no betimi aba beboa da chenchirima na nkonko ba se nipa ebefa ede abo ne bo aye niam bia ope e wo ho no.
You and I know say densu river no is 4 million people of Greater Accra and as na sambe no. Yeah, this I know say about protecting you know. Yeah. periodically no yaba rounds ebehwe nyama ekoso nsuo na ano community we domi abra ye free dencha na eba sisia yaba domi abra di se ko ha no no enye na say beje ebe ayen take any step the next time ebe no say no ma sidan na almost since omudan won nsuo na and if no wastewater no beko definitely wastewater no beko nsuo no mu then government may use hard currency to treat the water na ansana ya no nti we national say so everybody onomuso we should be concerned about the activities of the illegal sound we need developers of no
yadi kasiye bono eko ahomijie mu abasisia madaro